Is DOGE in trouble? Lots has happened with the Department of Government Efficiency in just the last 24 hours. A new presidential executive order, one of the co-leaders is out, and there's been a flood of lawsuits filed against the new agency before it can even really get off the ground. So I'm going to tell you about all that's happening with DOGE in this video, but first I want to thank my Facts HQ paid subscribers for selecting this as the bonus story this week. If you want to vote on next week's bonus story, make sure you become a paid subscriber over on my Facts HQ Substack. As you know, yesterday, day one, President Trump signed a tsunami of executive orders. One of them was this one, titled Establishing and Implementing the President's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. This is the agency that he, Elon Musk, and Vivek Ramaswamy have been touting on the campaign trail for months, saying it's going to cut waste, fraud, and abuse from the federal budget to the tune of hundreds of billions or even $1 trillion. What's interesting about Trump's executive order, instead of starting from scratch and creating an advisory committee, which most people expected DOGE to be, the order actually takes an existing government agency called the United States Digital Service, which currently is used to update government websites and fix IT issues, and transforms it into this new United States DOGE service. It will be structured within the executive office of the president and will be a temporary organization working over the next 18 months to maximize governmental efficiency and productivity and to cut costs. That organization will have an administrator that will then report to the chief of staff. The order does not give any specifics about the goals, about how the agency is supposed to cut federal spending or slash regulations, but what it does say specifically is that each actual government department will create a DOGE team within that department to implement the president's DOGE agenda. It also specifically says that the administrator of DOGE shall modernize the software, network infrastructure, IT systems, and make sure that department agency networks can basically talk to each other. Now, as I reported in this deep dive video, just because the word department is in the title doesn't mean DOGE is a department like the Department of Defense or the Treasury Department. To create one of those, you would need Congress to pass a law, which obviously has not happened here. So to get around that, in his executive order, Trump just took an existing agency, repurposed it, and renamed it. Can he do that? Well, we're about to find out. Moments after Trump was sworn in, multiple lawsuits were filed against this Department of Government Efficiency. The plaintiffs are suing over the structure of the agency and the transparency of it, especially over the last few months prior to Trump coming into office. The other issue, will Elon Musk, who President Trump selected to run this agency, become a government employee now that the office is housed within the executive office of the president? If the answer is yes, that opens up a whole can of worms with ethics law compliance and conflicts of interest disclosures, which could bring into question Musk's billions of dollars in government contracts. And if Musk is not a government employee, then how could he run a federal agency within the executive office of the president? See, both ways, there are some issues there. The other issue is Vivek Ramaswamy, the man Trump selected to co-lead this Department of Government Efficiency, said yesterday that he's out because he is reportedly going to run for governor of Ohio. Meanwhile, because it's an executive order by the president, work is already underway today to transform the United States Digital Service into the United States DOGE service. Those efforts will continue until the courts step in, if they decide to step in.